Hello everyone and welcome back to The Legend of Zelda, Phantom Hourglass. In the last episode we came here to the Temple of Wind. This episode, we're going in.
We're finally inside, Doctor. Looks like we won't escape the sudden gusts inside the temple either. Be careful.
So indeed, yes, you have sudden gusts which are blasting out like this. Fortunately, they always show on the map. I say fortunately, it's not like it's a particularly useful thing, but you can always kind of tell. There we go, there's your moment. So, we need to hit both of these switches at the same time. I believe you actually can't technically do this with the... Yeah, you have to hit them immediately at the same time, when the only way to do it is to place a bomb there. Regrow? No, we didn't regrow. Because you need to set everything off at the... Because you need to set everything off at the same time from the middle. Right, let's try that again. Pick up, and throw. And then when that goes off... I really thought I'd extend the bridge from the middle where we're standing, but no, it goes to either side for some silly little reason, but there we go. Right, let's take out these choo-choos and obviously start pushing this thing along. So obviously we block that there, and then we want to walk around the other side and hit that switch. That's... Oh, did that turn both of them off? Cool. I was really waiting for it to, like, pan and show me something, as this game kind of so often does. I will talk about this a little bit, but I will say, especially in the early game, the dungeons in this game are both small and handholdy, so it's a bit, strange. Sorry, internet completely died there. Not that I need the internet for this game, but much more the sprite text to me saying, like, the internet's dead, what the fuck. But the internet isn't dead, it's just dead for her, apparently. Though in fairness, you may say this game doesn't need internet, but this game actually did feature several forms of online multiplayer, which is kind of wacky. Hit this button here, and we reopen like a back cut back around to the beginning, so we need to get back here quickly again. We can, that's fine. Our goal for now is, remember, we need to open this in order to get through there, but we'll get there in time. Instead, we need to work along here. But yeah, there's actually competitive multiplayer mode in this. Unfortunately, both the DS's and the Wii U's internet is now off forever. Speaking of the internet being down, they've been switched off forever, so no one can ever play that again remotely. But you can still play it local, and it's a weird one where basically one player plays Link and has to run around trying to gather Force Gems, while the other one controls 3 phantoms, which they have to draw like lines on the map for to, or more ropes. Yes, they're called ropes, it's weird. But yeah, you have to like draw lines on the map to move all 3 of your phantoms in real time and keep reacting to what Link is doing in order to hit him and get him to stop his Force Gems. But like, much like with the real phantoms in the real game, when Link is in a safe zone, you can't even see him. Like, you can't see him on the map or anything like that. So it's quite cool, like the fact that it's like, oh, we'll take this like phantom mechanic from the main game and make it multiplayer. Unfortunately, with now they've turned the Wi-Fi off, and also I'm playing this on a Wii U, I have absolutely no possible way of showing off that, that's, what is it called, that game mode, so there we go. There's the big key door there, but it's blocked by things up there, so we can't deal with that for now, but what we can do is push this lad around. So this one actually slides. Nothing tells you that it slides other than the fact that it's positioned on a vaguely slidable floor, and if you try and tap it, this is what happens. This guy's ever will tell you how many chests are available on the floor. Use them if you want. I will not be using him as I know exactly. Well, I don't know how many chests there are, but I know where they are the ones that matter, so we'll get to them given time. Anyway, with that, we've opened another back cut, so we've got a very tiny window that goes from the beginning of the temple exactly through to where we are now. So we can get downstairs, and downstairs is where the core of this kind of temple happens. So I just dropped my stylus. Oh, there we go. So, once we enter this room, we get attacked by an unusual enemy. This is a rock choo-choo. It's wearing a rock on its head. You can't damage it, all the usual things don't work. What you actually have to do is hit it with a bomb to knock its hat off, and then you can actually just kill it the normal way. There are 2 more in here, but yeah, they don't actually wake up until you tap them. But you can see on the top screen where there are skulls. Those skulls obviously indicate enemies, so you can use the top screen to actually target the little bastards. Let's kill them. And as ever, the way back up opens, but crucially, the way forward opens too, which usually gets more of a cool camera move like that, in a way that reminds me of... Right. Did anyone ever... This will give an idea of how old my average audience is, but the camera angle there where it kind of like looks, points at where the door is opening really reminds me of that old screensaver where you were like going through a maze. from Windows 97, which I loved watching back in the day, but I think everyone did in their own way. If I press this button here, that opens a door at the bottom, which is where we will kind of want to go eventually, but for now... Oh, no, actually, is that where we want to go now? Does this lead to what I think it leads to? Yes, it does. Brilliant. This should contain... What? Oh, no, this does contain what I want. Yes, that's it. Treasure map versus treasure. And my notes say go to there for treasure. So there we go. If we kill this guy, he should drop a 20... Wait, no, he won't drop 20 because he's in the last mini-bit. Oh, it's the last mini-bit that drops 20 quid. Anyway, what we want to do now is go across this kind of like... You've got this series of geysers here. If you jump in them, you go, way, 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 and you bounce across all the way to this chest, which contains a courage gem. But we didn't actually want to do that. Well, we did, but what we actually want to do is if we hop down, we want to go onto the other side of this. So we're going to get kind of through that tiny little gap in the middle. And there's one very specific way of doing that. There's also, as you can see, there's an upper level here with two windmills and two wind blowers, which aren't pointing at the windmills. Remember those for a little later in the dungeon. As I say, these dungeons are all pretty short, so I'm planning on almost entirely wrapping this dungeon up, if not entirely this episode. What I want to do here is actually move this block into position there and block this third geyser with it. Long-term series viewers watching will know that I have no idea which is the correct pronunciation between geyser and geyser, because both sound completely wrong to me, but apparently those are the only two options, so there we go. But with that one blocked, we can hop down, and then we now bounce just on top of this one. And we can walk off into this little bit that we couldn't get to before, and head all the way downstairs. So, this is a big, open, spooky room, because this is a Shai Hulud chamber. Let's open this with a bomb. And that, again, is just another gossip stone that will tell us how many treasures are available on this floor. Here, as you can see, there are graboids, but we're going to kind of, like, leave them alone, mostly. When you're on these platforms here, like this walkway there, they actually can't get you. So, actually, this is really easy to move around in. We want to get to the center, where there is a map. When all the pillars of wind rise, the door will open. So it's got a couple of things to mark on it. So there's one there, there's one there, one there. Didn't mark that very well, but there we go. And there is one there. Brilliant. With that, we need to... First of all, we head down this way. Whoop. What are my notes saying again there? That was definitely the middle right. Past Doctor, you lied to me. Oh, it's me middle right over here. Nope, that's clearly a locked door. Right, time to read. I would just... Right. I'll be honest. Usually, it's not past Doctor's notes that are wrong. It's me. And this was a classic case where it absolutely was me. Because... Oh, whoopsie daisy. Okay, let's actually walk slowly here. Because, yeah, I was reading something that was just for a completely different room. Or at least a different point. I was like 3 bullet points ahead of where I was supposed to be in my notes. Whoops. You'll notice, where each one of these X's is marked is a dig spot. There's loads of dig spots around here. In fairness, he said that was in the middle left. That is in the middle. He said that, he said specifically there, chest for power gem in middle right, and that is middle left. So there, he actually has fucked up. I wasn't just reading ahead. Good to know that he is, in fact, fallible. But normally it is me who's wrong. But yes, there's loads of points to dig here that you can use, but the 4 that are marked are the 4 that matter. And if we dig all of those, then these are the 4 sacred wind gust points, or whatever it's called. Anyway, when you dig all of them up, all 4 of the torches light, and that door in the bottom left opens. And that door at the top opens, but we won't do to the door top there. We won't do that top door immediately. You can do these in either order, but I'm going to do them in this order. So if we head up here, then this takes us back upstairs. And at this point, remember I drew attention to those windmills that weren't spinning and the gust jars that are in the wrong place. Pull this gust jar back, and it will start that windmill spinning. There we go. Let's head back down to the worm room. I'm getting real ballsy with these worms, and it's gonna do me in if I'm not careful. But we can now go the way we opened at the top, as I say. You can do these in either order, but there we go. If you look on the map now, by the way, there's a little side room off to the left here. It's got 100 quid in it. Give that some thoughts. That'll make sense later when I do something else. Anyway, With that, we can crack open this with bombs and head up. And unsurprisingly here, we wind up here, next to the other. I love how the game's like, ooh. Because, as I mentioned earlier, well, I may have mentioned it, but then I lost internet, so I wasn't sure if I remember actually fully ended up saying it or not. Key, excellent. Let's grab that. But the early dungeons are extremely handholdy. Anyway, now we need to, once again, get back down to the worm room, and unfortunately we have to walk around a little bit of a way to do it, but that's fine. See you down there. Now here, this top right area, which I did see earlier, can be accessed with a key. And this contains, as you will see, the special chest, which contains the dungeon item. Bombs! Unsurprisingly, we've been using bomb flowers, so bombs themselves were not going to be that far behind. Which is nice, and it just means we don't have to rely on bomb flowers. First thing we're going to do here is, do you remember I just pointed out about a minute ago? Oh no! Well, first off, we can actually kill these guys. They're much easier to kill now that we have our own bombs, because we can just chuck them at will. For bombs, obviously, yeah, you just hold the bomb by tapping the bomb button, and then you just tap them exactly where you want to chuck them. The touch controls work fine for them, but they're not exactly the most innovative thing ever. But you remember, if we went north here, you will remember this little room off to the side. How do we get to that? The entrance to it is, in fact, completely hidden. It's not even a cracked wall that you can see. But, is that going to get eaten? Yeah, it's going to get eaten by a worm, of course it is. You chuck a bomb about thereabouts, and then when it explodes... Okay, it was a little bit off, but it still hit it. You can get in here and grab 100 quid, which is pretty nice. But that's not what we actually want to do down here to progress. That's just for finances, which, don't get me wrong, finances, always great. This game strongly encourages capitalism, as we'll see as we go on. But what we actually want to do is go to the obviously cracked wall here and blow this up. Give me a bit of a greedy bastard and hit it with a sword to especially speed the process up. Note there, we can hover a bomb. Now, why did I draw attention to earlier on that we could use that particular technique? Give that some thought. We can only hold 10 bombs for now, and they come in threes from various kind of chests and whatnot. Here, we can do a fun thing of raising that up, and then we get along here. And then when we're at the end... Oh, I thought this was a time thing. It's not a time thing at all, but it's cool to be at this point where it opens. Though, weirdly, I wasn't there, whereas I absolutely was there. Oh, yeah, it was timed. I thought so. So, there we go. I'm not picking this up, I'm hitting it. What does that mean? That means that it's actually going to be a bastard, so I'm going to touch these ones to activate the chews that are behind them, but obviously, now again that we've got our own bombs, everything goes a little faster. Blank faces can hide truth as well as blemished ones. Study the walls carefully. What does that mean exactly? It means there's a reason why that part of the wall has tiles underneath it and the other ones don't. If we chuck a bomb there, it is indeed a hidden wall. I don't know if this game does the thing where hidden bomb walls will go clink differently if you hit them with the sword. I should have tried that, but I didn't. But I will try it in the future. With that, we can head back up to... So there's only 3 floors in this dungeon. There's the worm floor, there's this floor, and now we can head all the way back to the top floor. We can punch the microphone too, for good luck. Why not, I suppose. Only those ones are choo-choos, so there we go. I'm looking a little low on bombs, which is not exactly ideal, but with everyone dead in this section... Ah, here we go. So, I can test this bit now. So if I hit this, does it sound different on this bit? No, it actually doesn't. So the only thing that gives that away there is that there's that little tile on the outside of it on the other side. Anything that breaks symmetry or patterns and stuff like that is usually a pretty good hint that something's amiss there. So we know how to get through to the big door. But where's the big key? Hint. I think it's there. If I stab these... they'll go off at the same time. You kind of have to trigger them yourselves, or you can throw a third bomb at them, which will trigger the ones that are kind of already there if you actually hit it directly. But that gets us the boss key. It's a huge, heavy key, and remember how this is? We've got to carry it around ourselves. We'll put that in there for now. But we need to open up the way here, which we do with a single floating bomb. There we go. And we can head through. This is what I mean about how these earlier dungeons are quite hand-holding, quite short. That's it. That is the whole dungeon, and we got the bonus kind of stuff it is as well. And we get through an easy dungeon to an easy boss. But it is a fun and interesting boss. What's interesting about it, you ask? Well, I am in fact going to flip the screens, which should tell us something. Oh, no. Ow, fuck off. I got quite an elaborate system in place to hold my gamepad so I don't lose wrist feeling after a whole session, but then I had to pick it up for this, and I managed to knock a lot of things down. But anyway, as we head a little bit further up, there will be the usual back cut that being unlocked. If we speak to this sign, it'll say, "Step into the blue light and return to the temple's entrance." There we go. Not going to do that, though. We are, in fact, going to make sure we are stocked up on bombs. Shockingly, the boss of this dungeon will need bombs. I think it's that mini-bosses before the dungeon items just aren't a thing in this game, so I think that's one of the things that makes it feel a bit like it's kind of missing. Is it still... So I'm holding... Is it that button to armor bomb? Yes, it is. And that's a little bit awkward to do. Does that one work? Yes, that one does work. Cool. Because I'm kind of... You know what? Just so you can picture exactly what's going on, I'm going to take a photo of kind of how I'm holding this bad boy. So yeah, there, my left hand is like on the left trigger up there, which is what I need to press in order to make kind of bombs appear. Or I could just tap it up there. Anyway, the reason I've done that is because this is a really cool boss that uses 2 screens, and it really helps to be able to see both the screens at the same time. This is Cyclox, Stirrer of Winds. Careful, that bloated beast can summon cyclones. And we just need to wait until it's over one of these little kind of cyclones on the ground. He's coming down there, but that's fine. But you'll see how there's a cyclone now here on the left, and hopefully he will move a little bit over here, but he's going over there for now. Once he's near it, hit it with a bomb. The bomb will go up and will hit him. This is absolutely a very crucial use of not just the dual screens, because like Blaz used the 2 screens, but this one actually cleverly uses the 2 screens as one whole screen, and it's really cool as we move around the way that it renders like between the screens and stuff is really nice. Whoop! Yep, up that goes. The hitbox on him is absolutely gigantic, fortunately. So you can always just, like, hitting him is not at all difficult. Hopefully there's some bombs in here. You know what, I should actually just try and use the floor bombs, because at least the floor bombs are always fine. Over here, there we go. I say, that will hit him. If he's even remotely near the cyclone in question, he will get hit. And honestly, if I remember correctly, oh shit, press the wrong button. He actually doesn't have much of a second phase. We basically just do this. I think the bombs that you need to use to hit him appear and disappear at slightly different rates, but generally you can just kind of... Oh, that one to disappear. Oh, it's there. So I can hit him there, and again, generous hitbox means... Oh, I should have got to hit this thing first, don't I? Oh, actually, wow, I've been talking shit about the generous hitbox, but not that generous, was it? Yeah, when he's over above you, just always be kind of carrying one of these bombs, and then on the off chance that he does anything, you can just be ready to chuck it. Where's it gone? Top now. Oh, fuck, I'll just throw my own bomb in there. Nope. As I say, you can use the bomb flowers or you can use your own bombs. Either is fine. Let's lure him here a little bit. Oh, Cyclock! Nope. Wow, I was really talking shit about his wide hitbox, wasn't I? This is giving me much more shit than it has done historically. Do I need to kind of jab him into moving over here? You, come here. Oi. There we go. Nope. Oh, the bloody thing's gone now. Right, okay. Let's try this again. Let's pick that. Nope, not the jug. The most containing hearts. Not a lot of bombs given here. It's... Right, there we go. Got him. What the... No, I hit you, you little turd. Oh, no, that's disappeared. Right, there we go. Up that goes. And that, see there, see how far he was from that, and that hit it. So normally that is what I'm used to. Anyway, with that... Oh, actually not. That is surprising. Right, if he comes over here... Oh, he's throwing tiny, small of volcanoes? Tornadoes. The 2 words do sound quite similar in my defense. Oh, there we go. There we go. I actually missed with that first bomb. And I'm actually out of bombs now, so we're going to be using hard bombs for the remainder of this. Except there is no remainder of this because it's gone. I'm going to switch the screens back at this point. You got more sand for the Phantom Hourglass. 2 minutes have been added. Very handy.
I'm Neri, the spirit of wisdom. Thank you for slaying that vile monster. Now the seal has been broken and I'm free. Look, Doctor! This time it's the spirit of wisdom, Neri!
Really? She never mentioned.
We came all this way seeking your help. The Ocean King must be locked up somewhere too. The spirit of power is with you. Of course I'll help.
Here's a ridiculous thing. The more of these fairies we get, the more I'm talking as a fairy. I have obviously a voice effect in post that I do for fairies. The spirit of wisdom, Neri, has joined your group. Find one more spirit to track down the ghost ship. But I'm starting to mimic the fairy voice as I know it sounds now. So weirdly, as we go on, it's just going to sound more fairy, because I'm still going to be applying the reverby effect to it anyway. This is weird, by the way, now that we're back in this mode. With that, like... Oh, shit! Ow! Whoops. A lot of things happened there. You know, I was saying I've got an elaborate system, so I don't have to hold my gamepad. The elaborate system fell over right onto my keyboard. Did that stop the recording? Didn't stop the recording. Cool, we're fine. Either that or you won't see anything at the moment, which means it absolutely did stop the recording, but it should be fine. We're basically at the end of the episode now anyway. But yeah, it's weird moving around here and seeing like the top of the screen move, because that should look, if I were to flip the camera, that would look like one thing, but like the top screen just looks very silly off to the side here, and it makes this boss very difficult to fight, because it's quite hard to judge what he's over if you've got it in this layout. But fortunately, the Wii U's DS emulator lets you swip it at will, which is quite nice. Anyway, if we open this up, we get, also for defeating boss, a heart container. That's particularly weird there with the little screen off to the left. Yep, you always get a spirit, a heart container, and some sand, which is great. And we can head out. I kind of felt like I was going to say something more then, but I didn't, did I? And we'll hold the episode there, I think. You know what? No, we'll return to Linebeck and we'll hold the episode there. Well, Doctor. You did all right, kid. Looks like you hold another spirit, eh? To the Temple of the Ocean King, then. Let's set sail. And we'll be doing that next episode. We've got a little bit more stuff we can do around the sea as well. So I hope you'll join me then. Thank you very much, and good day.